Hi, everybody. Nuke Troop here. It's time for another wonderful Skull and Bones build video. I am here to give you my take on a build that I have some fun with. It might not be your cup of tea, but it comes in handy. You'll see. Just trust me on this one. Stay with me, and hey, maybe you'll like it too. Like I said, I'm Nuke Troop. I'm Nuke Troop. That's Doggy back there. Let's get into it. So, first, base level ship that this is going to be working on. This is actually going to be a Corvette specific build. This build will work with the sandbug, but not to the effect that we're going to need it to be when it comes to the healing factors, though. So, what am I talking about? If you look at this here, it's a little bit of a strange setup. White Jade's in the front, Helleport's on the sides, Little Grace on the auxiliary, and the Nashkar is the chaser. But if you notice, I've got poison damage on these as well. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for it. It's weird, but it works. So, because of the Corvette being what it is, as we've gone over it before, the perks of the Corvette, in case you have not seen any of these other videos, or you just simply do not know about the Corvette, a ship that excels at controlling and commandering the flow of the battle, flavored by the captains of the Compagnie Royale and pirates who seek control of the sea. Our upgrade level is 7 out of 7. We are sitting at a ship rank of 17 because of our weapon rolls. Our damage mitigation. We are leaving piercing and electric damage resistance to the wayside only because the armor that we're using to support our actions, it lacks on that part. It's not great, but with what we're doing with the Helleports, you really don't need to worry about it. Flag bearer. For each successful shot on enemies or repair on allies, apply a stack of flag bearer. On enemy targets, each stack increases the damage dealt to the target by 1% per stack, up to 20%. On allies, increases repair received by the target by 2.5% per stack, up to 50%. Allied extra small, small, and medium ships within 500 meters gain 5% increased damage and 5% repair amount. Increases hull health restored by repair weapons by 5% per repair weapon equipped. Upgraded mark. At the maximum number of stacks of flag bearer, targets will receive additional 10% weak point damage. Allies will repair severe damage by 1% of incoming repair received. Flag bearer lasts 20 seconds. Abundant gore ports. We have lots of cannons. We have lots of damage. Lots of cannonballs coming at you at once. Our furniture loadouts right there. And this armor is what is going to help us be of use to those around us, as well as that Little Grace and the White Jays on the front. Now, the entire point of this build is we are going to be doing a main DPS build with emergency capabilities to heal those around us and to boost the individuals that are around us by using the auxiliary weapon. So going over the weapons themselves. For our White Jade, we're sitting at 1,599 total damage output. Or, I'm sorry, total repair output. It's going to be on the front of our Corvette, so we are going to get 6 gun ports, which is kind of a key attribute of this. So shared supply on the White Jades. Hit on an allied ship will also repair the nearest allied ship for 75% of the original repaired amount. We start with a repair level 2. For the rolls, we're actually going to start off with fix. So we're going to do a base level fixed amount of repair, only because at 164 per shot, off of this entire total number, you would have to get to 11% on the repair percentage perk to be able to outdo the base number by only 0.9% by 0.9 repair. So in this case, fix is actually going to be the better option because it's on a culverin. If it was on the repair long guns, no, we would want to do the repair percentage instead. Sailor's Respite hits have a 7% chance to repair a target for 329% the amount. It's really going to come in handy when you're trying to repair those big ships and you only have those 6 shots to work with. Restorative, 21.8% of repair amount, also restores severe damage. We know how big of a pain severe damage can be. So anything that you can do to take that away from your friends is going to be appreciated. Moving on to the port and starboard heliports. These are going to be built the same, only slight differentiations in the overall damage. So we did, like I said, we did go ahead and add toxic onto these weapons. So it comes inherent with Phantom Mending for 10% of damage dealt from this weapon, restores hull health, and also burning too. Now, here's where it gets fun. Because it's 10% of damage dealt, every tick of Ablaze and Toxic will also return heal to you. So the healing properties of the Helleport does not just stop at initial cannonball hit. It carries on. And that's something that we tested and that I found, and I really love that little quirk of this weapon. I love it. It really it's really fun to play around with. But yeah, so we want to go ahead with a Noxious. Getting that percentage on the weapon makes it inherently a toxic weapon, so any toxic front archer that we put onto it is going to have an effect, and it's going to help it out. We're going to follow that up with double amplified burning, just so that we can increase the burning that is already on it. We are focusing heavily on burning just because the burning 2 is what it already comes with. So it makes more sense in boosting what's already there instead of trying to boost a new perk that you're trying to add on to it. If you wanted to go the other way and throw Noxious onto it, you could do that. Nothing wrong with it. Try to get both the burning and the Noxious numbers up as high as you can. But if you do that, yeah, you might increase your toxic damage output, but you're gonna lower the number on the Ablaze. So, give one, take one. I personally think trying to boost the 20% that you're already given is going to be a better turnout than trying to boost a 10% of toxic that you're adding onto it. But like I said, though, Noxious damage, you're going to build the toxic in due time. So once you do build both Noxious and Ablaze, you're going to get that double tick damage. So you are going to be getting an additional double tick of 10% repair from those little extra ones. On the sides, Corvette, 14 gun ports. So yeah, you're gonna get, if you hit and connect with an entire broadside of the hull ports, it's gonna do you some pretty good, especially if you're hitting those weak points. Like I said, starboard, same thing, same build. The Nashka on the rear, we are again adding on toxic to it. It comes with fire and piercing inherent. Piercing because it is a long gun. 2 of the rear, anti-chase. Ghastly Mending, 5% of the repair of damage dealt from this weapon repairs hull health. When a weak point is hit, repair amount is multiplied by 700%. Very nice. I have a Garuda that is set up with a Nashgar build. It is one of my favorite ones to play with when I'm not trying to, hunt the Kraken or do something specific. It's quite fun. You only get 4 shots, but hey, it's pretty good. But then, hey, you throw the Nashgars on the front of the Garuda, especially with the revolver perk, get an extra 6. It ensures that you don't die, and then combine that with the Nocturne's Heart, you can really maximize some damage output. It comes with Burning 2 already, with a Piercing 1. We're going to go ahead and throw on some Noxious on there. And in this case, we're going to go ahead and throw some Amplified Toxic on. This is not a Nashgar that I built specifically for this. This just happens to be one of the ones that I've had laying around. That when I was always cleaning up, I ran across this one and said, hey, you know what? I can use that. Let's go ahead and throw that on and try to take some advantage of it. So right there, 6,073 damage. This is on the rear. Long guns can pack a punch if you can aim with them. If you can hit, it's very nice. Auxiliary weapon, going to go ahead and follow that up with a Little Grace 3. Service 13.3%. Slap another restorative on there to get rid of that severe damage, and Empower for an extra 3% weapon damage for 5 stacks, and 4.4% reduced reload time. So you can see as a DPS ship, we're going to be able to put out double affinities. Bow weapon is going to be able to give us some higher healing potential than just the Little Grace 3 out by itself. But the armor, this is a new one for this season. I am liking it. Titan's Reprieve activates a pulse that restores hull health to allies, crafted from the rugged iron plates and heavy rivets of empires past. Caduceus. Holding brace charges up a repair pulse that restores up to 1.5% hull health per second for 12 seconds to allies within 150 meters. Fully charging the pulse gives allies 12% reduced damage for the duration. This effect cannot stack. Activating and maintaining brace consumes 50% more through stamina. I went ahead and threw Vigor with double maintenance on here because it is an increased rate of stamina consumption. We're going to go ahead and try to give us just a little bit more. Just increase our pool by as much as we can. Double maintenance, try to keep our own hull health up as much as we can. Unfortunately, only one of these haven't been able to get a blueprint or a pinnacle store for this yet, so we are going to be keeping an eye out because I do believe this one can come in a good pinch. Nice little supplement to any healing build that you might have. For our furniture, we're going to be going ahead and starting with bilge fire barrels. I use this furniture a lot, and I use it for a reason. Weapon hits against target damaging status effect have 5% chance to fully recharge those status effects. This effect has a 30-second cooldown. Keep them blazed, keep them toxified. It's the name of the game. The longer you can keep them afflicted, then the longer you're going to get parasitic draw for that healing off the Helleports. Increases secondary damage broadside weapons by 10%. Increases broadside weapon damage by 5%. Furniture number 2, Ramrod Workshop. Decreases reload time of broadside weapons by 7%. Increases secondary damage dealt by broadside weapons by 7%. Devil's Concoction slot number 3 increases secondary damage of burning weapons by 12%. Increases maximum range of burning weapons by 8%. Plaguebringer's Ward reduces reload time of toxic weapons by 7%. Everything has toxic. Everything gets an additional reload buff time. this does stack with your little grace. Increases damage from toxic weapons by 4%. Ramrod, sorry, I already went over Ramrod Shop with you. Gunpowder Bench increases damage to enemy ships with the Ablaze effect by 10%. The one we didn't see, Culverin Works, increases secondary damage of Culverins by 19%. Very simple build. Not too many things that you got to go searching for, fishing for. Village Fire Barrels is the one thing that comes and goes out of the store a lot. That's the only thing that anytime that Blackwood might have it really stack up on them, you're going to use it more than you think you are. Oh yeah, that's it. It's a really simple build. Not that a lot of thought that has to go into this one. We are going to go try and fight some Huback twins with this, since it is a fire-based ship. So Huback twins are going to have that that fire weakness. Now, to be able to try to show you how to use this ship in a support or healing matter, we're going to try to actually call for help during this fight. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to pop it. Where are they? There they are. Pop it. Let's see. Disabled. Well, that's not good. Why does that say disabled? Weak points, look at that. Weak points. Let's call for help. There you go. Try to get some other people in here. Try to see if we can't. Oh, look, other people. Looks like you can use some healing. Look at that. 6 stacks. Get them up to health. 6 more stacks. Get them up to health. Drop repair buoy. We're going to watch those healing stacks keep on building. So look at that. Already got him up already. 16 stacks of healing. Try to follow it up before anything drops. Full 20 stacks. So if I go ahead and drop this on him, he is going to receive additional healing from a full stack of increased flag bearer. And at the same time, I'm applying maximum stacks to Mr. Armand over there. So this is kind of the way that the ship was designed to be used. You know, able to give out damage and healing at the same time, support in 2 different ways. Boosting him while damaging him. And because we are so focused on other people, we have to have a way of keeping ourselves alive. So that is where the Helleports come in. And you can see, especially with the Huback twins, because they're always opening their side ports and granting us a very large weak point opening, it's going to be dealing quite the amount of damage. And so if you're throwing on some furniture to assist in that nature, you're going to be ensuring that the damage output that you do end up doing from the Corvette is going to be maximized. So go ahead and heal him, damage him, healing him, damaging him. Back and forth, just like this, the entire time. See, look at that. Boom. Full stack, 7,000. So our damage potential does go up. We're losing a little bit of health, but because we have the Helleports, we're going to be able to recover that health pretty quickly. And then the double maintenance on our armor also helps as well. Let's go ahead and attack this guy, get our health back up. Help out our friend over there. Get him some empower stacks. Get those weak points hits. Really maximize both our damage output and our healing intake. This is going to allow us to be able to really stay in the fight, not have to really ever disengage fully, and ensure that we're making the most out of whatever we can. Just like that. See? Not a lot to this build. If ever at any time your health gets a little bit low, you can always back off, play a more of a healing duty, or really forego the healing and focus on attacking and regaining that health that you're losing from the attack. So you have multiple different options how to play this. Okay, he's a little bit too far out of range. I'm going to stop trying to do that. But yeah, you can see. Then if you're ever in a little bit of trouble, hey, you know what? A little grace. A little grace works two ways. Not just for them, it's for you too. And I didn't get to show you this, but nice little trick. Nice little party trick. Let's go and do this again. See if we can't put it on another call and help out some more people. You know, I hate to be using people in the servers as guinea pigs to show you how something works, but sometimes it's what you need. Sometimes you need a little bit of a little bit of sacrifice from your fellow sailors. That's what we can see right here. Doing this all solo. Not really, you know, the damage and the punishment that we're taking. It's not. We don't really have to worry about it sticking, because with the broadsides that we're putting out, we're recovering that health that we're losing pretty quickly, pretty efficiently. It's really no thing. We'll turn around here, give him a nice little pop on the back. Boom, just like that. First one down. Let's go see if we can. How about the guy that popped in here? The only reason why we're taking any severe damage is because of the Huback twins and their torpedoes. The severe damage is not a typical thing for most encounters that you really got to deal with. So don't get hung up on that too much. Don't pay it really no mind. Yeah, so unfortunately, not really getting a lot of people to come on over and help us out. So we're not gonna be able to show you, at least not in this one, how to use the pulse. We can try to go over to the neon, see if there's anybody over there. we can show you a little bit how that one works. Where's my chest? There it is. All right, so and dock real quick, get our health back. Yeah, that'd be really nice if we were able to stack healing on ourselves. I do agree. Hey, you gotta play with what you're given. However, if there's another Corvette in the area and they happen to have a healing weapon, then they can stack on you, and then your little Grace can benefit from that, though. Oh. Well, let's hope somebody's gonna show up. Pretend that didn't happen. Pretend like I didn't just miss every single shot. That was quite terrible. I'm sorry that you had to witness that. Right, let's go ahead and get to it. This will actually be might be a good example of what we're talking about the self-sufficiency. So especially with the Neon, his cataclysmic attacks really do hurt. They can really can take it down. But let's see if we can't keep ourselves alive while we're trying to avoid this guy and trying to tank his attacks as well. So sometimes keeping minions around makes for great fodder. See, we are trying to keep ourselves alive any chance we get here. But yes, he does hurt, you know, but like I said, we can try to mitigate this stuff as much as we can, try to give ourselves as much room in between to try to stay alive at least. A little bit harder, you know, on just trying to solo the Neon here. Now, of course, for this example, I had to, of course, choose the most difficult example, as it is better to test to build against an enemy of high caliber. You know, really sweat out the effects. Uh-oh. Nope. Nah, didn't want to do that. Okay, I don't like this guy at all. I just keep stopping, man. Jesus, come on. Here, boom. You go ahead and take some self-heal there. Try to see if I can get these weak point hits. Nope. So there you go. See, look at that. There's the heal pulse. See how it's going to stack up those healing counts. Right there, see? He is getting heal count stacks, so it does help to build on that second ability. Need to try to spin on around here. Try to get to our friend before he gets taken here. Oh my gosh. This guy needs to just go away already. So there's one example. So, well, that's a reaction. Just finish up the video here. So there was that. Nice little example of how to use both the Hellepoort's inherent damage ticks to supplement your healing that you're getting back from the weapon itself. Fairly easy weapon to build, especially since you have the blueprints for these. Blueprints for these are out. Blueprints for those are out. Everything you have on this build, somebody can build for you. The hardest part is going to be juggling a double duty of trying to damage, heal, stay alive, all that good stuff. But hey, it's possible. You saw the examples with the Huback twins, so it's possible. So I hope you liked what you saw. If you liked it, you learned something. Remember, giving me a follow. Hit that like button. Join me over on Twitch. Don't have a set schedule, but hey, if you follow me, hit that like button. Do what you need to do. And we'll see you in the next video. So have fun, be safe, and pirate on.
The night's crew sails from shore to shore. With death's colors high, we never bow. The seas are home, our sacred vow. We sail by night, we own the tide. No fear aboard, no need to hide. With ships like wolves, we'll see it through. Raise your flag, you're one of the night's crew. No man or law. Young hands we guide, to storms they're hurled. We teach them well to defy the world. We sail by night, we own the tide. No fear aboard, no need to hide. With ships like wolves, we'll see it through. Raise your flag, you're one of the night's crew. Shadows dance, we give no quarter, no second chance. The seas are widow, our tears run black, but you'll never see us turn our backs. We'll see it through. Raise your flag, you're one of the night's crew.